maybe you can sign up a cooking class. But now you're signing a cooking class for free, okay? Now, Amber, you are lucky. You're the first winner. So I'll give you one of these Unlock apron where senior embrace life. And then one of my signature knife. And also a knife guard, finger guard to protect your finger. How do you use it? Very simple. You cannot find this anywhere. You put your finger here, you protect your finger. Okay, can you see that? So this is, and also I give you a book. Yan Can Cook with Unlock, My Asian Kitchen. Very, very good. A lot of wonderful recipe. So you have a book, you have an apron, you have this, and also you have a chopstick. Okay, walk softly and carry a chopstick. Okay, so you have wonderful gift. Congratulations, Amber. Make sure all now. Yeah, and also for those of you TikTok friend, YouTube friend, and Instagram friend, you want to get some of these amazing gifts, just log in unlock.org. Then you can get a chance to do it, okay? Because every day, every month we do Unlock. Yan Can Cook with Unlock, senior, brace, life, okay? Okay, now the next one. Yeah, where senior embrace life in the facility, and also they provide medicine, they provide meals for a lot of senior. Now the next one I want to show you is something. Guess, let me ask you, what is this? Anybody know? If you say that, if you call in the first one, you win a prize. What is it? Okay. Can you call second person? What is this? Mike, what is this? Fugua, you are right. Mike, get a gift from me. Mike, you get a gift from me. Mike, you know what you get? You know what you're gonna get? You are gonna get one of my professional knives. Look at that, the one I use. And I'm a knife guard. That's what Mike is. No, this is really good. This is amazing. A lot of people don't realize why watermelon. Basically, it's actually a squash, okay? And it's just like, it looks like this. They have different kind, okay? When I got this, I grow this in my backyard, okay? This is the one. Yeah, I grew this in my backyard. Okay, this is a smaller one, more smoother. This is one of the variety. Can you see that? Very smooth, one of the variety. And then there's another variety of a little more bumpier. Look at this. Look at that. This is a different variety. Okay, and then they also have white color and green color. This is amazing. And then this is very easy to grow. It's just like a pumpkin, just like a zucchini, very easy to grow. And this is a lot more interesting, a lot more spikier, a little spikier. Look out over there. This and this. Can you see the difference? Look at this. Look at the difference. Can you see that? Very, very different. This one is more the traditional Chinese one. This one is used by the Thai, the Vietnamese, the Cambodian, and the Indian. The Indian one is even smaller, okay? In fact, bitter melon is widely used all over Asia. A lot of people, they don't realize why in Asia they use a lot of it. They actually have bitter melon tea. You drink bitter melon tea. What it is, because it's very rich in antioxidant, vitamin C and vitamin A, and also may be helpful for cancer, fighting cancer. And also another thing is it may improve digestive and stomach disorder. It's a lot of healthier benefit. I'll tell you a little more about the healthy benefit, okay? But in the meantime, always get this. I make a ginger tea. I make a bitter melon tea and drink every week. I'll show you. I'll show you. Okay, I will show you how to do this. Okay, here you cut it in half, and the inside looks like this, the bitter melon. And then you use a knife. Let me show you. You use a knife. You scoop this out. Let me show you. So everybody can get a chance to see. You use a spoon to scoop it out like this. Can you see that? Look at that. You scoop it out. You scoop it out. You scoop it out like this. All the seed is gone. Okay? And then you slice it. You slice it a little bit. Thinly slice. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Thinly sliced like this. Okay? Thinly slice this. And if you want to do more, and you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, look at that. Once this is done, you know what to do? You are going to put this in a container and add some salt. Okay? You put this and get rid of some of the bitterness. Or some of the chef would boil them and then boil them with tiny bit of salt water. Okay? What I do is I'm going to use salt. Okay, this is salt. I sprinkle the salt here and I just let it soak a little bit with a tiny bit of water. Okay, so this is salt water. Get the bitterness out. Look at that. I get the water out. This, yeah, as part of the bitterness. Actually, people love bitter melon because it's bitter. You know, bittersweet. You know, 苦盡甘來. Okay, that's the reason why. Now, you let it sit there. This one is already done. Okay, this one is already done. And then this particular one is very simple. But what I do is I make it more interesting. Okay, so we're going to stir fry this. We're going to stir fry this one with stainless steel. And then I turn this on. Okay, and then this already done, already salted. Then what this is jalapeno. It grew in my backyard. That's why it doesn't look very good. I grew in my backyard. And I use this, I slice it. 1, 2, 3. Because I want this to be a little bit hot and spicy, okay? And then when I stir fry them, I put them all together. And then I also use a tiny bit of color contrast. And then, yeah, red bell pepper. And then yellow bell pepper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right here. And then I also use some fresh shiitake mushroom. This is fresh shiitake mushroom, you can tell, okay? And I also have some giant trumpet, okay? Oyster mushroom. This is the king side, a little king trumpet, oyster mushroom. I slice it 1, 2, 3, 4. And this will give texture. I want to show you, everybody should eat more mushroom, okay? When this is done, I use a tiny bit of avocado oil or grapeseed oil or canola oil, okay? And then I will stir fry the thing that takes longer to cook, okay? What takes longer to cook? Mushroom takes a little bit longer to cook. So we put the mushroom there and the green onion and mushroom, put it right there, okay? This is 2 different kinds of mushroom. King oyster mushroom. And then oh yeah. If you do bitter melon for salad, what I would like to remind you is you use cut it thinner, much thinner. And then after you boil them, you cool it down with ice, and then you make a salad dressing. Okay, a honey mustard dressing or a wasabi honey wasabi dressing. Okay. Because the sweetness cut down on bitterness, common sense, right? Okay, and then I want to make sure it cooks. So vegetarian broth. Can you hear the sound? Yeah. And then I put the bitter melon right here, and then I put a tiny bit more extra broth. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to allow everything to cook a little bit. Look at how colorful. you know, normally you don't see a dish like this. They normally do not add mushroom. They normally just add a bitter melon with a beef. 苦瓜牛肉, okay? But I do it very differently because it's all vegetarian. And then I cover this up. I cover this up like this. Okay? See, this is also Heston. And look at it, beautiful. Look at it, look at the sun. Okay. Now, the seasoning I use is, can everybody hear me? No. You don't need to cut the skin. This black bean, I use my knife to crush it. Now talking about bitter melon, let's talk about some other benefit, okay? Bitter melon is also contain a compound that may help to lower your blood sugar level. Okay, you have diabetes, but if you want to use it as a health for health purposes, you should consult your health care professional because the Chinese have been eating and the Asian have been eating bitter melon for many years. Okay, then I add the crushed. This is salted black bean you can buy in a container. Salted black bean, 豆豉, 陽光豆豉. And then sometimes they also have a dry tangerine peel, 即係咧陳皮、陽光豆豉. Okay.
Chef Yen, can you talk about your knife function?
Yeah. I rinse it. And then I crush it a little bit, and then I put a tiny bit of this is a wine, a tiny bit of wine, okay, and a tiny bit of sugar because salted, and a tiny bit of sesame seed oil, a tiny bit of pepper, and a tiny bit of this is hoisin sauce and oyster sauce, or you can use oyster. This is vegetarian oyster sauce. I'll show you, and soy sauce, okay? I'll show you something that you never pay attention, okay? This is vegan oyster sauce. It's made from mushroom. Use mushroom, umami. Okay? Of these, okay? I will put a tiny bit of cornstarch in chicken broth, not chicken broth, vegetarian broth. 1 portion of cornstarch to about 3 portions of cornstarch, which is, and I stir, and I stir, and I stir, and it's beautiful. Yeah. Yeah. You put in an airtight container, they can hold on to it for probably a year to 2 years. Fermented black beans. The Asian, particularly the Chinese, use it a lot. Okay? Now, I want to show you how beautiful this dish looks like. It is just the right amount of sauce. And then, this is going to be very beautiful. Let me show you. Let us serve it right here. Look at that. This is so beautiful. Almost. Our thing is almost ready, okay? Very good. Now let me show you how beautiful this dish is, okay? Let me show you. I will just show you to put it right here. Look how beautiful. Look at this. Look at that. Look at how beautiful this dish is. Yeah, just you can put it on top of rice or spaghetti. Look how beautiful. And then I'll do a little touch, okay? Always do a little touch when you do a dish, this is like you go to a fine dining restaurant that the executive chef always do the little final touch for you. Look at how beautiful. Yeah, put it together, make it look nice. Yeah, definitely. And then this is so beautiful. Look at that. And then when this is done, like Stephanie said, you wipe the side. There. Look at that. Look at this. Look how beautiful. Okay? And then in the meantime, I think our curry samosa is done. Yeah, coming out of the oven. Look at that. Yeah, all puff pastry. And then I will serve these over here so everybody can, just to show you, cooking is actually a lot of fun. Very, very hot. Look at that, how beautiful. Look at how beautiful. Wow. Oh, wow. Ooh. Oh, this is hot. This is hot. Don't touch it. Do me a favor, don't touch it, okay? Now, traditionally, in Asian culture, you never use 4. You either have 3 or 5 pieces, okay? Look at that. Yeah, these are all this flour. Now I want to show you how beautiful. This is also from my collection. Look how beautiful. Look at that. And then a little piece of this, and a little piece of this. You serve that. Look at that. Can you see this? Okay. Now, the next. Any more questions? The next dish is very simple. The next dish. Let us do another drawing. Do another drawing. Yeah. Make sure to answer all the questions because our dear friend, our director or culinary director is not, Lorraine is not here, so we have to answer the question.
Chef Yan, repeat the question.
The different variety of bitter melon have a slightly different texture, different look, and slightly different bitterness, the extent of bitterness. So if I were you, for the first time, get the Chinese variety, which is a lot more meat, easier to cut, easier. It's not as bitter. And some of the smaller one, they're a little bit stronger. And but it's very widely used in Indian cuisine and Thai cuisine and also Vietnamese cuisine. And a lot of them, and they believe in a lot of health benefit of bitter melon. I already mentioned it to you, supposedly all the health benefit. That's why I drink bitter melon tea when bitter melon is in season. I grew it in my backyard. When I harvest it, I will slice it up and I boil it up with the water and a tiny bit of honey, and I drink the bitter melon tea. Okay, let us draw a price. One more question. Yes. Yeah. Bitter melon, when you freeze them, is not as good as a freshly cooked because bitter melon, just like carrot, when you know that when you frozen carrot or celery, because the moisture content, when you defrost them, they turn into mush. So if I were you, people like it, not only the bitterness, but also the texture, the crunchy. It bites it, 爽口, 好爽口, okay? And so when you freeze them, the water moisture, the water become ice, it break the cell wall, and then push everything out, and then when you use it, it's kind of mushy. Doesn't have the same texture. If I were you, try to use a fresh one, okay? So how beautiful, look how beautiful this is, okay? This is very nice. And in the meantime, the last one I'm going to show you is very simple. I want to make the avocado ice cream. Okay, how's that sound? Now, here I use the fresh, I want to show you. Let me show you this, okay? Now, the tofu you can buy in the market. When I do the samosa, I use firm. See this, the word firm? Firm. And now I use silken tofu. What tofu? Silken tofu or soft tofu. Can you see that? Silken or soft tofu. Then you use this. And then what I'm going to do is I put this tofu in here and I crush up a little, I crush it a little bit. Okay? I crush this soft silken tofu. Look at how easy it is to crush it. Look at that. Okay? So, and then I put avocado. I put the avocado, I scoop the avocado inside here. Avocado, 1, 2, 3. You see that? I just put the avocado inside here. Look at that. Now, a lot of people don't realize avocado is really, really good. That's why I use avocado oil. Avocado has a lot of health benefit. It's a great source of a great source of nutrient, a variety of nutrient, the healthy fat, and also good fiber, and also may help to reduce your heart disease risk, supposedly, and also rich source of antioxidant, a lot of antioxidant. That's the reason why I eat about 1 avocado a day. I just eat it, like the tiny bit of salt and pepper, that's it. Now I put all of this here, right? The avocado. You can use that. The reason why I use tofu is because I want to enhance the vegetable protein content, okay? And then I also use a tiny bit of blueberry. I use a tiny bit of blueberry, okay? Blueberry to give the blueberry. And if you want, you can also put a tiny bit of strawberry, okay, to get the color. And then this is, you know what? This is almond milk or soybean milk, okay? And avocado can be used in a variety of dishes, you know, like a salad, smoothie, and it's a dip. One of my favorites, guacamole, all right? Amazing. And also, the wonderful thing is, all you have to do it when you do it, you add a tiny bit of salt, okay? And this is soybean milk, or this is, you can use a coconut milk, okay? You can use soybean milk, I like coconut milk because it's more flavorful, okay? And I put them all together like this. And then I put it into this blender. Put it in the blender, okay? And a tiny bit of, this is very unique. Now you want to give sweet, this is agave syrup. Agave syrup is natural. A vegan, naturally derived syrup with less glucose. With less glucose and has a lower glycemic index than table sugar. That's why it's good, okay? You worry about sugar. But it contains more fructose. Use a little bit, because fructose is very easy to be absorbed, okay? Then I put this right here, okay? It depends on how sweet you want it to be, okay? If you like sweet thing, oh yeah, you can use yogurt. And then I put this over here, right? Look at this. I put this right over here, okay? Beautiful. And then I will blend this. Beautiful. If you want, you can actually use a tiny bit more milk, okay? Oh, beautiful. And then I'll show you. You can use a tiny bit more coconut milk if you want, okay? And then, now, look at that. I'm going to show you. And then we're going to put it into this container. You can use any container, okay? Look at that. Beautiful. Just the right sweetness. And I put this right over here. Right here. Okay? And then we'll put it right here. You can put any container. Okay? You can eat it like a sorbet. Or you can eat it like and then you garnish it a little bit later, and then you use some a few of these goji berry, put it on top, okay, which is already rinsed goji berry, put it on top, and a couple of these, and then you put it in the freezer, and then in the first couple hours you mix it a little bit until they totally freeze, okay, and then when it's done it will look like this. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this. Okay, and then you can garnish a little bit, and then garnish a little bit. Oh, yeah, definitely. You should always. And then I put a tiny bit of. Look at this. Beautiful. Look at that. Yeah, look at my time. And look at this. Now, and then if you want, you can make it more interesting. You can put a tiny bit of extra agave syrup right on top. Look at that. Oh, then you have it. This is how beautiful this is. And then if you want, you can also have some red. Look how beautiful. Look at that. Look at this. Now, can you imagine today we have present to you 3 healthy, delicious, absolutely amazingly good-looking dish, which is all vegetarian. Okay, so everybody can enjoy it, and this one, it is now everybody can have a feel of this bitter melon. Okay, so this way everybody can be educated. Every week, every month, we try to show you something different, something that's healthy, easy, and delicious. And I tell you, I'm gonna taste one of these and make sure it tastes good, okay? Yeah, last winter. In the meantime, I tasted ice cream. You know what? Amazing, delicious. Stephanie, you should come to my kitchen and try it out. It is healthy, delicious, and just the right sweetness. So today we show you how to do the curry samosa, and also the bitter melon with black bean garlic sauce with a little chili sauce, and then of course the avocado ice cream served with berry, and my mint. The mint is also grown in my garden. It is the lemon mint. And for those of you who want to receive the gift, make sure you log in Onlock, okay? ONLOK, Onlock. Can you see that? Onlock. Onlock.org. You see this? Last winner, perfect. Cheryl, congratulations, you have won the Best of Yan Can Cook cookbook. And then Martin's signature knife. And then the Onlock apron. And then the walk softly and carry a chopstick. And then one of my grater. Okay, I'll show you my grater so everybody can enjoy it. This is my grater. See this? Very different design. This is it. Look at that. This is it. Got one of these, easy to clean up, and this is for Cheryl. So you have gifts. The gift from Onlock. Make sure you log in onlock.org and check the calendar. Every Thursday, in general, every Thursday, the first Thursday from 4 to 5 p.m. Each month. We will see you soon. Our friend from Instagram, our TikTok friend, YouTube friend, and our members And the friends of Unlock will see you again next time. And be healthy and eat vegetarian.
Chef Yen, the bitter melon only have in season in summertime?
Yeah, normally bitter melon is only in season for maybe about 3 months, about 2.5 to 3 months. But you can grow it. It's very, very fast. You go to the nursery or Asian nursery to get the seed or the little plant seedling, and you can grow it. I grow it in my backyard.
Can you repeat what you just cooked?
We will cook. We just show you. This is the curry samosa with my filling. Very, very good, all vegetarian. And this one is the bitter melon with black bean chili garlic sauce. And this is the avocado ice cream. I just taste it. It's delicious.
You want to say bye to your YouTuber friend?
Instagram friends, goodbye. We'll see you. YouTube friends, make sure you catch me again. And TikTok friends, in fact, I'm gonna say hello for you to Uncle Roger, because Uncle Roger had the best fried rice on earth. Nobody can match.
They love your garlic one with Uncle Roger.
Oh,
Crush
yeah.
the garlic.
Garlic, smash the garlic. It's very, very simple. Everybody can do it. If Yan can, so can you.
If we want more recipe, where we go?
Well, if you want more recipe, you just come, check here. More recipe, look at that. Visit yankincook.com. Scan this QR code, okay? Then you will send you recipe. And you maybe get a chance to win our monthly special gift for people to ask the right question or give me the right answer, okay? yankincook.com.